Well, damn. The camera like it wasn't going to even cut on, y'all. What the fuck? And I know y'all been waiting. Okay, well, shit. For those of y'all that wanted to know what's their life after Catfish, bitch, listen up. Picture is Sicily, 1912. I'm tripping. Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Y'all know I have a sense of humor, and sometimes I crack my motherfucking self up. But anyway, sorry I didn't get this to you earlier. As I say all the time, y'all, my story times are real life experiences that I've had, and that's why I don't give them to you like talking about it, cause I have to think about shit that done went on in my damn life that might be funny or something that you might can grow from. So here we go with the catfish story. I was catfished. Now, it was the early part of the 90s. I was on a separation from my husband, and my friend girl was like telling me about these dating sites, right? Now, we already knew about the damn chat line. I had tried that. I ain't like that. That was too fucking cheesy. Motherfuckers breathing all hard on the phone and shit. I'm more of an action bitch. You can't, I can't flow like that. Phone sexing and stuff ain't never been my thing. I got to see it and feel it in order for it to be real to me, okay? Well, I was on this site. I don't know if I should even mention, because last time I mentioned a motherfucking shit, my video got took off for fucking monetization. That pissed me off real bad. But I'll say this here, Moko, figure it out. Moko, okay? And she put me on there, and they had these chat rooms. Child, I had loved the chat rooms. You hear me? Not because I was on there trying to find no man or nothing like that, because keep in mind, I don't know how things are going to necessarily go between me and my husband. So I ain't going to try to open up no door over here until I close this one over there. That's just the type of woman I am. Well, child, I gets in there and finds out, child, I'm one of the lives of the party. People, I done come in here and made my introduction, and they know I ain't catfish because I got several pics put up. And child, back then I was silly enough to actually have had my business information in my profile and everything, not realizing the dangers of dealing with cyberspace that like we got now. I thought it was cool, Hell, that's free advertisement. I was trying to be Candy Burris in this bitch. Well, anyway, child, long story short, he and I got back together. So I took a hiatus from Moko. And the early part of the 2000s, where we decided we was just done, I had went back to Moko. Again, friends, child, what about your friends? Sometimes them hoes will do you wrong. But I went back to it, at a friend's urge, like, girl, why don't you get back on there? You used to have fun. You didn't be bored and all of that stuff. Now, this time, I know that it's over. We're actually going to divorce, and I'm still not trying to open up no doors with nobody else without finishing this door here, closing it down. I was in the process of a divorce. But I was bored, I was lonely. I ain't had nobody to talk to other than my kids, and they were starting to do the let's go friend's house type of shit. Can we spend a night? Can we have a slumber party type of bullshit? And I'm trying to keep them as calm as possible, because although we have had a major lifestyle change, I don't want everything about their childhood snatched from them. I'm trying to keep everything normal as possible for my children. So I would let them do that, I'd have a house full of kids, and I'd be sitting in my room, child, because I don't want to do the young folks thing. I go in there and peep, make sure everything is good, and ain't no boys slipped up in here or nothing like that. But I ain't really just want to, I ain't hang out with the kids at that point. I would be in my room, and it's only so much cable you can watch, child. So I decided one day, you know what? Remember you had that profile? Go back and see what the chat room like now. Child, I finally, after about 8 tries, finally remembered what the hell my damn password and everything was. And I went on up and through there. And it, surprisingly or not, it was a couple of people that was still, had been on there since way back in like 98 and was still in there in 2002. And I was shocked, child. I was like, okay. I think it was like 2004, but either way, it was early 2000. But it was some people still in there, and they remembered me. I remembered them, and we reacquainted with each other and was talking on there all the time. And that became my what to do in the evenings when the kids have been fed, homework done, they gone to bed. I'm sitting up, ain't got to go in the next day, or just bored, don't have nobody to really just talk to, because I wasn't with them chat lines at all. And so I would get on Moco and go in the near me chat room, and child, I would have myself a wang dang doodle of a damn time in there. I'm talking about, child, it was so cool. I was on that shit like 2 years after this. And in that whole time, I just was that one that would bring the entertainment. I'll come in there and get the men talking about shit. Y'all know, if you been on with me and Sean at Periscope After Dark or Blab After Dark, y'all know how X-rated my damn mouth can be. Don't get it twisted, bitches. We all got one in us. But I was, it was all good and everything. I was one of the most popular people in there. But they used to always get on me because I never really wanted to deal with people like private messaging and shit like that. No, we could talk inside the room with everybody else. I wasn't interested in, having that many friends on my friend list. I always had like 60, 70 people sitting on wait for like my Facebook is now. I just never was like that. I just came there for the chat room and to talk to the people that I had begun to, get to know as much as you can know a person via the cyberspace, okay? So, child, after they kept getting on me about that shit, talking about I ain't friendly and shit, I started being cool. Like, if I really was, it was this one girl, and we cool to this day. I still, that's my girl. Hey, girl, because I found out you let me know you've been watching my channel. But, girl, this is true. You know what I'm finna tell. So, girl, just sit back and laugh, because you remember when this shit went down. Well, child, I started accepting people on no friend requests. Now, one thing about me, at that time, I like taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? I don't take a whole lot of pictures now. I just don't anymore because I got tired of this shit. I did it so much in my 20s and 30s. When I tell y'all, I would snap a picture of every goddamn thing and every damn shit I put on. I felt like I needed a picture to remind me in case I got rid of the motherfucking outfit. Especially if I thought I was flexing. Bitch, okay. If I thought I was looking hot, I was damn so taking several pictures. So I had uploaded some photos to my Moco. And as I'm letting these people in that I know from the chat room, other people are seeing the pictures and hitting me up, wanting to be friends. Now, I'm not accepting them because I ain't never met these people. I don't know, they ain't even talked to you in the chat room yet. You just seeing my photos and you want to holler at a bitch. I ain't here for that. I'm just here to make friends, right? Well, it had got to the point where I was so cool. Once again, people seeing where my business is. I actually had certain people who would actually stop in and get a drink at lunchtime or pick them up, a meal or something like that. That's when I used to do to-go orders and stuff. And so people knew, people knew. I ain't never had nobody come up there and cut no food, disrespecting, trying to start no shit, because I wasn't that type of person online. I was the person that everybody want to come to for a good kiki. They be waiting on my ass, child. I used to get messages, folks sending me messages talking about, come online, we all in the room, let's have fun and shit. And when I could, I come on down through. I was just a party girl, okay? Well, as I said, more people started coming to the room. We started getting to know more people. I had let this one guy in, right? Now, I let him in based on his abs. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I was like, shit, even if these ain't his abs, goddamn it, I'm gonna let him in just for picking the right set to sit up on his damn profile pic. Now, I knew that it was people who would use other people's photos and shit to get online. I knew about that because in that very room that I was talking in, it had been situations where people had them bust folks down for doing their shit. Had them went to other folks' profiles, stole their picture, and put it on their shit. I seen that kind of shit. So I wasn't trying to make no male acquaintances like that. And the two chicks that I was cool with, they, we knew each other. They would come by the job. Now, we never went to each other other house, but they would stop by because they worked nearby. And that's how I got to meet with them. And then sometimes on a Saturday, if they out and about at the mall or something like that, they might call me and say, bitch, you want to come up to the mall? And I meet them up there. We do a little girl day like that. That's how we kicked it, okay? I ain't had nobody in my house because remember, I told you I was very particular about the company that I keep in my house. Okay, I done met this dude with the fine ass abs. We talk on Moco for like 6 fucking months. He started posting different pics, but it's the same abs, okay? So people started asking him because he was a regular in the chat room, you know, let us see what you really look like. A child, he would be like, no, y'all don't need that. What y'all see is all y'all need to know about me. Now, what we did know, we did come to find out that he did work for the city of Shreveport and stuff like that. But nobody knew what he looked like. Nobody knew. And everybody wanted to know. And he was one of my friends. He would hit me up sometimes and ask me how I'm feeling and whatnot. So on the, when he see I'm online and stuff, he'll send me a little private message. At this point, I am private messaging with him. Because he just one of the niggas from the chat room. I don't see him as a threat to me at all. Well, child, we keep talk. I'm talking about we just keep talking, having ourselves a good time. We would sometimes go in private chats and had just talked for like 2-3 hours, just messages y'all back and forth. He didn't pressure me for no phone number. He asked me one time, and I explained to him what my purpose was on here. I'm not here for that type of interaction. I'm just down here to have a little company or whatnot, and just put all this stuff right there. Thank you. And so he was cool with it, you know. He was like, I respect your mind, I respect how you feel. You know, you done been through something, you trying to heal. I get that. So I was like, oh, okay. So that was a plus to me, child, that he was okay with it. Because a couple of dudes I had said that too didn't take it too well, child. A couple of them had unfriended me. One tried to come at me sideways in the chat room, and I had to read his motherfucking ass to sleep one night. Had everybody in there laughing. Because I'm telling y'all, back then, I gave no fucks. I would read your ass down. That shit I went through on this damn YouTube, child, that could have been me. But I'm telling you, the goodness of the Lord, he has brought me a long way. Because I wouldn't have gave a fuck. I'd have went to fuck in and tore down my whole little empire. I'm over here trying to be a cussing a bitch out, all of them. But thank God for growth and maturity. I ain't do this shit. I laughed at the hoes and still laughing now. But anyway, back to the point. So, you know, he was cool and shit. Like I say, 6 months that went by. Child, Christmas time had come, and he had actually took a gift up to my job and left it there for me. I thought that was just nice. He knew I wasn't one of them people that wanted to meet up and stuff. And of course, I told you I still had my business information in my profile, which was stupid as fuck, and I would never do it now, which is why today I'm very, very careful of my business and what I do outside of fucking with this YouTube stuff. Cause bitch, that turned into I would never put myself and my hard work at risk again. So for those of y'all who always wonder why I'm so secretive, that's the fucking reason why. I had some bad stuff. Follow me, if you will. Now, he left me a gift up at the job. I thought that was really nice. So when I came online, I didn't come online that weekend because that was the Christmas holiday weekend. I ain't come online. I came online later on in the next week following it, right before the first of the year come in, right? And he and I was talking, and I was having a New Year's Eve party. That's back when I used to throw them. And so I invited him. I sure did, child. Not to my house, to my business. I had a New Year's Eve party there. That was about them papers back then, okay? So he come to it, and, you know, he was standing, he came, but I never talked to him. He was texting me all that day on Moco, but when it came time for the party, he came and I never saw him. I ain't never see him, y'all. He claimed he obviously was there, and based on the picture he had sent me, I didn't see nobody there look like that, okay? Girl, he done seen me at the party, dropping it and shaking it and everything. He telling me everything I done did. So you done came to the party, but you ain't made yourself known to me. He talking about I was nervous. The fuck is you nervous for? Bitch, we ain't hooking up. We just friends. You know, at this point, why would you be nervous? He just said he would be nervous. So I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I like how you act with me online. You talk with me. We have fun in the chat room with the other members of the group, other hotline or whatever the fuck you want to call it, other members of Moco. We all laugh and talk, so I didn't give a damn. I paid that shit dust, okay? So 2-3 more months go by, and he and I still chatting over there, okay? So one day, I was having some problems. I don't know what made me, I was having some kind of problem. It was my internet connection or something inside the building. So what I told him was, I said, why don't you just text my phone, okay? My motherfucking mistake. I gave this motherfucker my phone number. Child, this motherfucker texting me. So now, we no longer really communicating that much on Moco. We communicate because you got my number. And when I'm starting to notice that you trying to act like we more than what we is. Because he might call me or text me and I miss the text, and then later on that evening I'll be at home and I ain't check my text messages, but I'm online, and he would come in there and have like a little bit of attitude like, oh, you didn't see me text you today? Now keep in mind, I just left Eternal. I ain't for this shit. I'm at this point now where I don't want to be asked no motherfucking question. I got him together in a private message about this shit. He apologized. I'm assuming everything is cool. I told him, I said, why don't you just send me an old picture of yourself? You know, I'm still trying to figure out who he is, because we did take pics that night, and child, that bang is not right, but okay. Anyway, we took pictures, so I'm trying to look through the pictures and see if maybe I see him in the picture. So I asked him to send me a picture again. He sent me another picture, and it don't look like the picture he originally sent me. Now, see how I got him to send it to me? I told him that I had a reset done on my phone, and it wiped out all my shit. And back then, wasn't no clouds that you could go up in and get your shit back, you know. And it wasn't no backup and all that shit. Not yet. To that extent, that at least I ain't know nothing about it. So I'm like, I lost all my pictures and everything, so send me a picture of you again. So I put it on your contact thing, because child, I had learned how to do that, and I was into this shit. So he sent me a picture. Now, bitch, I ain't lost the picture from the one he gave me before. These don't look like the same dudes. Okay, so now I'm feeling some kind of way. I done went to chatting with you. We be text messaging each other all fucking night long. Okay, sometimes when I'm going through, I might hit him up, and you know, he just sit there and he'll text with me and stuff. So I'm not understanding why you can't tell me who you are. I've told you, you know, who I am. I done shared with him the fact that I'm on this journey with lupus. I done shared with him that I'm divorced and things ain't all good between me and my ex and stuff. Well, I'm in the process of a divorce, and things ain't all good between me and my ex right now. I done been honest with you, because I'm thinking this is going to develop into a real friendship. We cool now because I ain't seen your motherfucking ass, but we are going to, you know, I'm looking at you as a friend at this point, okay? You lying to me, because you done sent me 2 pictures. I had my homegirl look at the picture, that one that be online with me that had started coming by the restaurant and stuff. She was like, nigga, I'm not the same motherfuckers. I said, I know it. Both pictures taken from back, like he had took them far away from his face. And one dude is kind of heavy set, you know, not big, but just chunky. And the other one looked like he got a body on him. Now, I was taken aback, y'all, because I was like, maybe he send me a picture before he lost weight. So I never questioned that shit. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Keep in mind, now we going into almost a year of chit-chatting with each other, okay? I'm not feeling right about this, because I asked him, I said, your pictures, from my memory, your pictures look different. Keep in mind, I done went through the pictures at the party. I don't see nobody look like that. Either one of them pictures on there. Child, I'm wondering what the fuck going on, because this man, I know where my bread and butter is. He don't know where I stay, but he got my phone number. You know what I'm saying? What's up with him? Why he ain't keeping it 1,000 with me? So I decided, instead of texting him, called him one day. I called him, child. He answered that phone, and when I tell you, it sounded like It sounded like a dude, but it sounded like a dude with like a soft voice. Like back how we used to like them back in the late 80s, early 90s with the jelly curls and the soft voices and, you know, all that old ready for the world type of bullshit. We like them type of niggas back then. But now I ain't feeling that shit. So I'm still, you know, I'm talking to him and stuff. So we started talking. Another month go by. We talking on the phone. At this point, he sharing things about me. Although I never could get past that voice. Motherfucker sounded funny. I'm like, damn. I know some men don't have a lot of bass in their damn voice. But this motherfucker got a high-pitched voice. But I didn't want to assume because I had a cousin who I love dearly. He was in the LGBT community. And he had a voice like that as well, okay? I also had another cousin that wasn't in the LGBT community. Motherfucker sang his ass off and still do today. And he had a high-pitched voice. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. So we talked, okay? We talked a couple months go by. I said, you know what? I want to go to the movies. I figured public place, what could happen, you know what I'm saying? Child, I invite this motherfucker come to the movies with me. I tell him this is not a Dutch date. I got you. I'm asking you to come. Child, how about he stood me up? He would not come to the movies. I sat out there until the movie done started, bitch. I'm so mad at this point. I'm like, you know what? If he don't wanna, why every time it's the opportunity comes where you can actually meet me face to face, you don't wanna fucking see me, right? And you done send me these pictures, that's already a strike against you. You sound funny as fuck on the phone, that's another strike against you. And then what's up with you? So I called one night and I just asked him, I was like, you know what? I think you and I should stop talking because we up in here sharing stuff. I'm telling you bits and pieces about my life. You done told me all kinds of shit about your life. Got me all up in your family business and shit with you. Feeling some kind of way. Praying for you and your situations that you be in, you know. I'm congratulating you when things go good for you on your job. And all I ask you to do is meet me down here and have a little fucking conversation with a bitch and you giving me the blues. Okay, I tell you what. Maybe I'm not the person that's meant to be around you. I'm just looking for friendships. And I figured you was a friend, but since you ain't, I'm gonna leave you alone. Child, I done talked to that motherfucker like 2-3 weeks. All of a sudden, this motherfucker is back in my fucking inbox in my phone again. Can we please talk? I ignored him for another motherfucking week, bitch. I'm the type that it ain't that easy. So we sat there, you know, I let him beg. Text me every day, big texting. I wouldn't pay attention to it. Finally, I said, okay, this is the final last. This is it. This is Michael Jackson, bitch. This is it. If this motherfucker pulls some crazy shit, we ain't cool no more. And I'm not dealing and fucking, I'm going to delete him out my motherfucking friends list and block his ass because something ain't right. Okay? Finally, child, I say, okay, let's talk. Okay, it's a Friday night. I said, meet me down there at the Chili's. We're going to have us a couple drinks on me. That's a public place. You shouldn't feel threatened. I won't feel threatened. If the shit, you know, if you look at me and be like, oh, bitch, I can't stand how you look. Or I look at you and be like, but I'm not going to feel that way because we just friends, right? So I get down there to the Chili's and shit. You know, I'm looking around, sitting at the bar, waiting on the person that told me we were going to have on a white shirt and a pair of storage down Levi's. I said, okay, cool. All right. So he get there, I'm looking around, I don't see no white shirt and storage down Levi's coming up in there, but I do see at my peripheral on the far end of the bar, there's a female sitting up in there, and she got this shit on. So I'm saying, I'm looking out, I'm like, shit, but it never crossed my mind. I ain't putting shit together. So I called my girlfriend, one of my friends from the Moco. I'm like, girl, I think this motherfucker done set me up a motherfucking again. This motherfucker done stood a hoe up again. She was like, girl, what's going on? I said, ain't nobody up in this motherfucker yet. And I've been sitting here almost an hour and the motherfucker ain't showed up yet, okay? I done text his phone. He ain't answering his phone. And I don't know what's going on. So I'm just chitting-chatting with my friend, talking shit, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, motherfucker walk up to me and put their hands on my shoulder. And I turn around and look at him. Well, how about this, that bitch? From down at the far end of the motherfucking thing. Y'all. I had been talking to a fucking woman for over a year on cyberspace. This bitch walked up to me and she was like, I'm D. D who? D that you've been waiting to meet up with. And I'm listening to the voice and I'm putting it together. But this is a bitch. This is a stud fucking female. Child, I wanted to fight. But I said, no, nigga, don't act no damn fool, because you out here in public, bitch, and you're already on a charge that you're fighting in court. Sit your ass down, don't get mad. So, she was like, would you like to go sit in the booth and talk? I said, no, we can talk right here. And that's how I'm looking at this bitch at this point, because I'm like, you know what? You seen me be cool with women as well as men in that room. Why the fuck did you try to come at me like you a dude? She told me she had been watching my interaction for over 3 months. She liked me and she didn't get a gay vibe from me, but she wanted to see. I said, well, you knew I wasn't like this, so what's the tea, babe? She was like, I just didn't know how you would feel. I mean, some people don't put their feelings out there. I said, girl, let me tell you something. One thing you got out of me was that I like a fucking man, okay? And you knew that wasn't going to be it. If you wanted to be friends with me, we could have still been friends. And you be a female, living your fucking truth and not be lying to me and stuff. I said, all them nights you done complimented my pictures and telling me how beautiful I am and trying to encourage me to keep my head up doing that. Girl, you could have did all that as a... Now, I ain't need you telling me about how beautiful, but you could have been cool with me like that there as who you were. Baby, that bitch was... So, she says to me, now that you know who I am, where does that leave us? What you mean? I mean, I feel some kind of way because you not who you said you was. You're a whole female out here in this thing, and I see that you're a female. I mean, you dressing like a dude, and I imagine you consider yourself a masculine gay or stud, but you still a fucking female. So what you mean? She gonna get to telling me about she falling in love with me and she wanna be a part of my life and all of that. And I told that girl, I was like, girl, let me tell you something. It ain't that I got nothing again, because at this point my daughter has, I done seen the signs. I know something's a coming. But I told him, I told her, I said, look, I'm not gay. Okay, I don't know what you thought, but I'm not gay, I'm not bisexual, and I don't mind being cool with you in time, because it's going to take me a minute to get over this right here, the fact that you done lied to me over a year, but we can be cool. Baby, this bitch act like she wanted to get crazy. Now, she act like in the restaurant she was cool with this. She's like, all right, we get ready to leave. I'm going to my car, I'm going to her. She come flying her car. She was parked on this side of the restaurant, I'm on this side of the restaurant. She come flying around the corner and park right in front of my car, and she gets out talking about, you ain't just gonna play with my emotions like this. Hitting all on my car and shit. I'm sitting in the car like, bitch, what is wrong with you? Y'all, I am tripping because I can't believe this bitch is tripping like this, because I thought we was cool. We understood what each other stood, and I wasn't going to try to be in a relationship. I never was in a relationship with you and never gave you that type of feeling. I said from the gate what my situation was and why I was down there on the moco. So why is you giving me grief, girl? Child, that bitch acted so motherfucking crazy out there. I wound up having to call the police because, like I said, I was already under a charge. And if I got out that car, I was going to be fighting that bitch. And I knew them white folk up there in that good chili were going to call them people on my motherfucking ass. I knew they would. But that was my catfish experience. I talked to a person over a year under the pretense that they were a man, and it turned out to be a stud female. And when she found out that I wasn't willing to try her flavor, she nutted up on me, and I wound up having to call the police. And by the time the police came, she had driven off, and I was able to drive off. I was scared to go home immediately because I thought she might be somewhere in the vicinity trying to follow me, so I rode around for a while and stuff. And then I eventually went home, and when I got home, I deleted her, out of my friends and blocked her. And child, I left Moco. I ain't been back on that bitch since. I ain't lying. I still have those couple of friends I made there, but they know I don't fuck around like that. But yeah, that was my damn catfish story. I thought I was talking to a man for over a year, and it was a woman. And when she found out that I wasn't willing to roll with her, that hoe had nutted up on me, y'all. I'm talking about nutted up bad. So Gain what you can from that child. That was it. That's all. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back for If Loving You Is Wrong. Peace.